When it's our turn and I tell my class that we've got Jamie or Nick coming in for PE, they are ecstatic, and I think that kind of says it all really. They all want to be part of it, they all want to get involved. My name is Victoria and I am a Year 3 class teacher and the PE lead at Marine Park First School. So we've used ACFC for after school clubs for over 5 years now, but for CPD for staff we've had Jamie in school for 2 years. So we use them for after-school clubs like cricket and additional sports. We also have them in to run festivals, both at our schools and to help them get involved with other schools in the local area and our participation in that. And they also run our CPD for PE in school.
Could you give us an idea of some of the changes that you've observed in students who participate in ACFC sessions here at school?
Obviously, the capability of their physical abilities is huge, but the emotional resilience in kids is so different after they've worked with coaches like Jamie and Nick and Leon. They give absolutely everything a go. And you see a difference in the children once they've done an ACFC session as they genuinely believe they can give everything a go.
ACFC, the idea is to contribute to the children's development both personally as well as athletically. So on that personal side of things, have you seen a marked improvement and a marked development?
Absolutely, yeah. I think as well as the children who are potentially a little bit on the quieter side, who wouldn't usually give sports a go, the difference in them, in their confidence and trying sports like handball, for example, that we wouldn't particularly touch on necessarily in our curriculum. They are braver and more willing to get involved. They'll work with other children that they wouldn't usually work with. So socially and emotionally, they also come on leaps and bounds.
What is it that you would say sets ACFC's coaching apart from maybe similar programs elsewhere?
I think many things, but ultimately the relationships that they have with the children. They are honestly like local celebrities when they walk into school, and the children idolise them. Jamie, Leon, Nick, obviously I'm speaking on behalf of a few of them that come in, but they are absolutely adored by the children. They never fail to know anybody's name, and there's always little nicknames made or little anecdotes about the children that they remember, and every single child in that PE lesson or after school club feels valued by a member of ACFC staff. I think the relationships that they do build, they then use within their teaching. So they can kind of spot straight away whether a child maybe needs a little bit more of an additional help. They sometimes alter their groupings depending on that. Depending on the children that they're teaching, they get the teachers involved in their lessons, which is lovely. There's constant adaptations made for children, whether it's based on their social and emotional needs or their physical abilities.
You mentioned earlier that at Marine Park ACFC offer CPD for staff.
Yeah.
Could you give us a little bit of an overview of how that benefits the teaching staff here?
I think PE is quite a daunting subject for a lot of teachers, and it's one that it'll be the first that they run away from. And having somebody like Jamie or Nick in and being able to watch kind of like an expert at hand, they take away so many ideas from that. And as PE lead, who's then observed other teachers' lessons, I've seen activities in their lessons that I know they have taken from an ACFC staff member. So getting ideas from them, building their confidence, and kind of supporting staff to realise that PE is not terrifying. Anyone can teach it to a high standard, really.
How does ACFC's sports programme complement the school's academic goals?
They definitely support us in terms of our school values. I know that they work a lot through a lot of different schools, but the coaches that we have here, they are so understanding of our school values, how our reward system works, and they push for that within their own sessions. So although it's an Andy Cartwright session, it feels very tailored to Marine Park. So the children are still striving to meet things like cooperation, thriving happily, celebration, all of our school values, but within their own ACFC session. I think the reaction from the children when you say, Jamie's coming in, or we've got Andy Cartwright coming in for this session, really kind of says it all. We obviously share the Andy Cartwright coaches across the year groups, and my aim in particular is that every single member of staff in school gets some sort of CPD across the year. When it's our turn and I tell my class that we've got Jamie or Nick coming in for PE, they are ecstatic, and I think that kind of says it all really. They all want to be part of it, they all want to get involved. Sometimes, because the primary curriculum is so busy, you do pull children from certain lessons for other jobs like reading or interventions. Nobody wants to be pulled from an ACFC PE session. And I think how involved and engaged and just enthusiastic they are about the session really says how they feel about it.
How would you describe the full experience of having worked with ACFC?
Delightful. This is only my second year working at Marine Park, and as a PE lead, they are a very easy, relaxed company to work with. Everything is really clear. Andy has excellent communication. They've also kind of gone above and beyond, which I could hugely appreciate them for. So obviously they help us out with the festivals and things, but when I had an idea to run my own fundraiser, Andy got involved straight away and supported us through that, and we kind of made it like a joint event. Andy sometimes pops in just to say hello and check that everything's okay. Everything's clear, there's so much communication. They absolutely want to strive to be the best, and that is so clear amongst all their coaches. And sometimes you have a conversation about something, it's fixed the next week. Yeah, they want the best for the kids, and as do we. So together, it's kind of, we work as a good team. I'd say they'd be silly not to. And having worked in other schools where we didn't use Andy Cartwright, I would struggle to use anybody else now. Yeah, couldn't recommend them enough.